close is he to a title shot in sharing the ring with Bud Crawford?
I don't know, but Vergil, you know, he's right there. You know, he's right there. You know, he's been proven that he belongs with the top fighters in the division. And, you know, who knows, a couple of fights or next fight or whatever the case may be, he might be sharing the ring with Terence Crawford. You never know.
Victory, you know, he just beat Canelo, you know, the face of boxing, so which that makes Canelo, I mean, that makes Crawford the face of boxing at the moment. And he earned the right to fight whoever he want to fight.
In Terence, if you come to 154, is there a chance? Was that the conversation you had?
Basically, I just said, hey, are you going to defend it? And he said, no, that's my last fight at the Canelo. I'm like, okay.
Terence Crawford reacts to Vergil Ortiz's call-out by praising his skill and market growth. He acknowledges Ortiz's brand value and potential to perform at the highest level. Speaking with professionalism, Crawford notes Ortiz's rising media exposure and audience reach, adding that future business opportunities in boxing remain open and unpredictable.
What's your message now to Terence Crawford?
I'm here whenever. I'm ready to fight whenever. I'm here to fight anybody. I don't care if it's Crawford, Spence, Pat.
Vergil Ortiz challenges Terence Crawford, emphasizing his mission to build a powerful legacy and expand his brand value in the boxing market. Motivated by elite competition, Ortiz views fights like Crawford as investments in his career growth and pay-per-view potential, proving he's ready for major, high-revenue matchups at 154 pounds.
Look, I'm here to fight the best. I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next, it can be Spence next, it can be Crawford next, if he's still willing to do it. Because, you know, that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. And we're just going to keep doing what I do best.
Vergil Ortiz speaks with unshakable confidence, claiming that even a prime Terence Crawford couldn't stop him. Ortiz says he studied Crawford's every move and deeply respects his legacy, yet believes his own power, timing, and performance are on another level. For Ortiz, confidence reflects hard work, discipline, and growth, not arrogance. His bold statement challenges the boxing industry's expectations, sparking high-value discussions about mindset, strategy, and legacy. Fans and analysts now debate whether Ortiz's focus and investment in his craft can truly outperform the experience of a world-class champion like Crawford.
5 fighters that you would like to fight coming up.
So we got Timzu, we got Crawford, Spence, or I guess you can say the winner of Spence or Fundora. Charlo's is a good one. Who else we got at 54?
You want to fight Terence Crawford right now?
I would love to fight him, man. I think he's like probably the #1 pound for pound fighter right now.
Do you think he's out of his peak?
No.
Or is he in his peak now?
I think he's in his peak.
And you're saying you could be the peak prime Terence Crawford?
I'm saying I believe that I can.
I respect it 100%.
I believe that I can. No, I respect him as a fighter, though. That's the thing. When I want to fight people, it doesn't mean that, oh, I don't like you. Like, let's get it on. It's more like I respect your skills, and I want to see if I can beat you.
After Vergil Ortiz's victory over Israel Madrimov, analysts and fans immediately drew comparisons to Terence Crawford's earlier performance against the same opponent. Crawford responded strategically, noting that while Ortiz won, his display lacked true dominance. He emphasized that Madrimov didn't look as sharp or well-conditioned as before, suggesting the win carried limited weight. Crawford's composed yet confident reaction reinforced his image as an elite professional with superior strategy and fight IQ. His remarks reminded audiences that beyond talent, consistency, preparation, and reputation define real greatness and drive lasting value in the sport's competitive marketplace.
But he just, you know, he was more prepared for my fight. If you watch him, he was winning the fight. And he gassed out.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He gassed out. And he said from, I don't know what type of sickness he had.
So condition-wise, he wasn't as prepared.
Yeah, that he had to pull out the first fight and come back. I don't know, but Vergil did good. He put a lot of pressure on him and, you know, fought a good fight. But you could tell that he didn't leave unscarred.
Unscathed.
You know, when you look at the faces of both fighters, you would have thought Vergil lost.
Oh, okay. I did hurt his hand. His knuckle was broken. I don't know if you've seen him like the last couple of Vergil
Yeah.
Ortiz. Yeah, he had a broke hand, but he said he didn't know anyway. He didn't feel it throughout the fight. till after.
It was a good fight. I thought Madrimov was doing too much moving.
Right.
You know, in the beginning rounds, which that was getting him the rounds in the bank, but at the same time he was exerting too much energy.
How do you feel about when people say, because Eddie Hearn said it, a few people were saying it, that you moved up to 154 and you didn't have the success that you had in all these times. So they're thinking it's because of the weight, when I'm saying it's the style. Madrimov wasn't trying to commit as much, and you hurt him, he never hurt you.
Right.
So how do you feel about everybody saying that?
Well, I laugh. I won the fight. They making it seem like I lost.
Well, Eddie was like, no, I think that night in August, he was like, no, I don't know about that. I think, no, Eddie was, I believe Eddie was saying that.
Eddie was complaining about the scorecards. Nobody said Madrimov.
Eddie was saying that it was closer than that, and maybe Madrimov could have won. He was saying, I think he was. I think he was.
He's trying to get you mad at Eddie.
No, I'm not.
After Vergil Ortiz's victory over Israel Madrimov, analysts and fans immediately drew comparisons to Terence Crawford's earlier performance against the same opponent. Crawford responded strategically, noting that while Ortiz won, his display lacked true dominance. He emphasized that Madrimov didn't look as sharp or well-conditioned as before, suggesting the win carried limited weight. Crawford's composed yet confident reaction reinforced his image as an elite professional with superior strategy and fight IQ. His remarks reminded audiences that beyond talent, consistency, preparation, and reputation define real greatness and drive lasting value in the sport's competitive marketplace.
Terence Crawford in their sights because they all understand that Terence Crawford can drop down to middleweight after defeating Canelo in September and becoming the undisputed super middleweight. Terence Crawford can now drop down to middleweight, 160, right? And become undisputed at 160 with 1 to 2 fights. 2 fights max, right? He'll be 39 years old in September. 2 fights, Terence Crawford can become undisputed, max at 160. He can fight Carlos Adames in March. And then he can fight the winner of Lara versus Janibek in the summertime, August, right? And this gives Terence Crawford the history he needs to 1000% cement himself as, in my opinion, it's all opinionated, but this just cements Terence Crawford as top 5 greatest boxers in history, in my opinion. It cements him as top 5 greatest boxers in history because this will make Terence Crawford a 6th division champion and 4 division undisputed champion. That's what that makes Terence Crawford. That's historic. That's absolutely historic. And if Terence Crawford can pull that off, becoming a 6th division champion and a 4 division undisputed champion, that's massive, right? In my opinion, those accomplishments in the fashion that Terence Crawford wins these fights, he's not just winning. When he beat Errol Spence for undisputed, he dominated and stopped Errol Spence in a manner not many people saw coming. When he fought Canelo Alvarez, he did exactly what I thought he was going to do, dominate that fight, make it look easy.
Vergil Ortiz has consistently shown interest in facing Terence Crawford, but reports claim the WBO offered him the fight twice, and he declined. In an exclusive interview, Ortiz issued an official statement denying those rumors, insisting no verified offer was ever made. He explained that if such an opportunity had existed, he would have accepted instantly, calling it a career-defining moment. Ortiz criticized how misinformation spreads across sports media and emphasized his respect for Crawford's elite reputation. He clarified that timing, health, and proper financial arrangements are key, but his ambition to face Crawford remains strong and market-driven for a global audience.
A lot of people wanted to see that fight, you against Terence Crawford. You know, when you was at welterweight, and obviously you couldn't stay at that weight class, but then he moved up. Was there ever a point where the Terence Crawford fight was a reality, like a real offer, like real negotiations going back and forth, or was it never that close?
It was never that close, man. So, you know, I know a lot of people say that the WBO president said that we turned on the fight. I never got an offer. I wouldn't have said no. I would not have. I wanted that fight so bad. I mean, I'm not the type of person to say, I want to fight this guy and keep pushing it and then get the opportunity and say no. There are fighters like that. I'm not like that.
Yeah,
you know,
we believe that.
I would have said yes.
believe that.
But
what about your trainer, Robert? Have you ever had a conversation with him about the Terence Crawford fight?
More with my dad.
Okay.
More with my dad. You know, there were some days where he'll be like, you beat him if you fight like this, or if you fight like this, you don't beat him. So,
really? Your father really said
he would tell me. No, he tells me the truth. He tells me the truth. If you fight him like this, you beat him. Other days, you're not gonna beat him like this.
You know, you might not remember, but when we had our show, I believe it was called Sweet Scientist at the time with The Zone, and we had you on, and you were one of our first guests, and I asked you about Crawford, and you was like, nah, not yet. I'm not ready for him. You know, that was humble. No one really speaks like that. Now, you was ready for him maybe about 6 months later, but still you were humble enough to say that. Do you remember that?
I don't.
You know,
no, I don't.
Hell no, you can't.
Jaron Ennis, a rising star in the super welterweight division, has shown strong interest in facing Terence Crawford, now seen as the global face of boxing after defeating Canelo Alvarez. Ennis praised Crawford's legacy but emphasized his readiness for a high-stakes matchup that could generate major pay-per-view revenue and global exposure. His respectful yet ambitious tone reflects the business side of modern boxing, where personal branding and market value drive opportunity. After Vergil Ortiz's recent victory, his face-off with Ennis built instant hype, signaling a potential blockbuster fight that could dominate the sports entertainment market and boost both fighters' financial and career investment returns.
Sure. And I think this is one of the best like American fights that can be made.
For sure.
And with all due respect to everyone else around the world, I think it has to be in America.
For sure.
Right?
Gotta be. It gotta be. I feel like you gotta do this one in the States because everybody wanna see it. Everybody go. I think it's a pay-per-view fight for, you know, and I think everybody will pay to see it, or everybody will come out to come see it wherever it's at, whether it's in Vegas, you know, Madison Square Garden, wherever it's at.
What's your obviously you'd love it in Philly, but I don't think it'll be Philly, right?
No, absolutely.
Okay,
It's not gonna be in Philly, yeah.
So where is the ideal spot for it? What deserves to host this fight? Which venue in your opinion?
To me, either anywhere in Vegas, so like the T-Mobile Arena,
yeah,
or maybe go old school MGM.
Oh man, I love the MGM.
Or we can go Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
I think Madison Square Garden would be crazy as well. You know, that'd be, you know, historic as well. So either one.
There aren't enough big fights at the big MSG. No, I'm not talking about the theater.
No, I'm
Theater's
talking about
cool.
the big one.
Yes,
I'm talking about the big one. That's why I say I always wanted to fight at MSG anyway. So, you know, I like how it looks in there. It's real. It's really
incredible.
nice. You know, when they have fights and stuff in there. So, for me, it would be either the T-Mobile Arena or take it back. We can go old MGM, or we can do, you know, Madison Square Garden.
Do you think he would say yes to MSG because that's kind of a home game for you, right? That's so close to Philly.
I mean, I feel like he has a deep fan base, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like all his fans and stuff will come. If it was to be in New York, I feel like they all will come. You know, he got a good fan base. I got a good fan base. I feel like it'll make for a great fight. And who don't want to come to New York?
Oh my God. There was a time where MSG was holding all these big fights, hosting, and now I feel like, you know, every couple of years we get one. We got Taylor Serrano. Prior to that, it was, you know, Brooklyn's cool and all, but we got to go back to the Mecca. The Mecca is the best. I would absolutely love that. In your perfect world as well, he fights November 8th.
Yep.
How soon could we get this fight? You obviously didn't get hurt in your fight, I would imagine, right? 72 seconds?
Yeah.
Unless something happened?
I mean, it depends on how his fight go. You know, if he's in a war, yeah, maybe we'll see. Maybe April, you know, March, April. You know, if not, if he make quick work of it, who knows? We could be back in there sooner. You know, so it's all for real. It's all up to to how him right now, because he the one that has a fight. You know, hopefully he doesn't get no cuts, no broken hands or anything, or anything hurt on him. So you got it's dependent on him at the moment.
The other two options, of course, Sebastian Fundora and I think Xander Zayas.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is there is some interest from MSG to have you versus Xander Zayas at MSG. Are you hearing this as well?
I'm with whatever. That's what I'm I can't wait. Man.
You want all these guys?
I'm really.
I like these options for you.
I'm really about to show y'all. Like I'm about to run through these guys. I'm about to run through these guys and show y'all one by one. Like this 154 really mine, and I'm gonna shut everybody up. I can't wait. I hear the little chatters and all the little talks.
What do you hear?
and all that.
What's bothering you? What are people saying?
It's just little
They're
things.
questioning you?
Yeah, they questioning, and it's cool, and I love it. They're not doing nothing but like adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make it worse each and every time for whoever's stepping in the ring with me.
Seeing what Terence did not that long ago, did that give you motivation? Because it feels like for the longest time, people were questioning him, doubting him. He wasn't getting the big opportunities, the big fights. Do you see yourself in his journey a little bit as well?
I mean, I
Former world champion Tim Bradley, now a prominent sports analyst, expressed skepticism about the potential Vergil Ortiz versus Jaron Boots Ennis showdown. Bradley suggested Ennis's management might avoid the fight right now due to the high financial risk and strategic implications. He implied that Team Ennis could be targeting a bigger payout, sponsorship opportunity, or pay-per-view deal before taking on Ortiz. Bradley's insights quickly fueled media engagement and online discussions, as some fans insist Ennis would accept immediately, while others support a brand-building approach. Regardless, his statement added marketing buzz and commercial value to an already high-profile boxing rivalry.
Day, and then all of a sudden, you come up, you got that Benz now, you know what I'm saying? Back then they didn't want you, now you hot, they all on you. Yeah, this is one of them situations right here. Well, it's like, oh, back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot, now you all up on me. Man, did you see Boots, how he jumped up in the ring? I didn't know if that was Boots or Rick Ross. I was like, damn, is that Rick Ross in there? Like, all the jewelry he had on and everything. I'm like, who the hell is this dude? Is this the grown-up version of Boots? Because I ain't never seen all them chains all over my man, blinging, blacka, bling, and all up on his chest and everything. I ain't never seen that before. I'm like, this dude got a new persona. Is this the killer Boots? This is what we've been waiting on? Because I'm sitting there going, oh, this.
Promoter Eddie Hearn discussed the financial and marketing complications behind a potential Vergil Ortiz versus Jaron Ennis fight. He revealed that both camps are demanding larger revenue shares, creating negotiation friction. Ennis's team promotes his brand value and global reach, while Ortiz's side emphasizes fan engagement and sponsorship appeal. Hearn explained that although this fight could generate massive pay-per-view income and international media attention, business strategy and scheduling conflicts keep it stalled. Interestingly, he believes a Crawford versus Ortiz matchup might deliver higher commercial returns with fewer barriers. His remarks underline how complex revenue-driven boxing deals can be.
So I thought it was a great performance. Vergil's a great fighter. This is not, there's nothing but respect from us, but we just know we win. And it's not for us. Once you start hearing things like, we're the A side and we want 10 million and we want, what does Boots, it's like, what, guys, Ortiz has never been a world champion. Great fighter. Boots has been world champion, he's been a unified champion, but neither of them are world champions now. They're just the top two fighters in the division. So if you truly believe that you're the best, make the fight. And it'll be really interesting to now see if they truly believe. Because the fight's there, the fight's done, the money's there, the pay-per-view's there. I mean, it's a massive fight, but you can find an excuse if you don't want to do it. So we'll see.
And obviously we saw the fighters face off, and we know you want the fight, the fighters clearly want the fight. And you mentioned the $10 million mark by Rick Merigian, I believe his name is, the manager of Vergil Ortiz. Do you see it as an obstacle? I mean, is it a real obstacle?
If you come out with things, look, if the fight...
Vergil Ortiz recently discussed Terence Crawford's weight and long-term career strategy. Ortiz believes Crawford won't drop back to 154 pounds, as he's now optimized his body for higher divisions, focusing on strength, endurance, and market value. After competing near middleweight and targeting mega money fights like Canelo Alvarez, Crawford's brand has expanded into a more profitable weight range. Ortiz respects that move, but admits it complicates potential negotiations. Still, he's pursuing high-revenue matchups that build his legacy and global appeal. The evolving narrative between Ortiz, Crawford, and Jaron Ennis highlights boxing's growing business ecosystem, where performance, financial leverage, and smart branding define the modern fight game.
For you to fight at some point?
No, so he's not coming back to 154. I spoke to him. This is my first time saying it on media. I spoke to him, and he's not going to come back to 154. He's going to fight his 2 last fights and retire. And you know what? I respect it because he's been undisputed at 140, at 147. Get your money and get out. I mean, what else do you have to prove? You know what I mean? So it's just like it's.
Thanks for watching today's exclusive video. Subscribe for premium updates.